Now it's time for Mo's fact of the day. Do you have your fact, Mo?
Yes, I do.
Is it an exciting fact?
No, it's not. It's not exciting even in the slightest.
Way to end the season on a high note.
Here's the reason why I chose this fact. Okay. We gained some new family this season. Here on the show.
Here amongst us.
Yeah. New back row family.
Gotcha.
Okay. Who live on a totally, completely different continent than us. Right? I feel like that's probably the highlight of season 8. That we now have family in a different
family
continent.
in a different continent. Okay.
Yeah, so I came up with a fact about Australia.
Okay.
Which I actually do find pretty interesting. Australia is wider than the moon.
Wider?
Wider.
At first I thought you said whiter.
Wider.
Wider than the moon.
Wider.
Gotcha.
The moon sits at 3,400 kilometers in diameter, while Australia's diameter from east to west is almost 4,000 kilometers.
Wow.
So by about
The moon's a lot smaller
600
than I imagined it
kilometers.
being, I guess.
Difference. Yeah. Yeah. I found that very interesting.
Yeah. That is very interesting.
That means if it were nighttime and Australia were in the sky, we would be able to see it. With ease. Because we can see the moon with ease at night.
Sometimes I want to see what your brain looks like.
That sounds very morbid. If I end up dead at any time, guys, it's Matt. He just wanted to see what my brain looked like.
That means if Australia was in the sky.
Think about it. It's interesting. It's an interesting concept. I need to get back in school.
Talking about holidays and stuff. Last segment, KY brought up that next week is their 22nd anniversary.
Wow.
Which also reminded me that this past week, June 10th, was my wife and I's 17th. Goodness gracious. Yeah. 17th anniversary. It's a long time. It's a long time to be married. But every year anniversary, my wife and I assure each other that, we're still happy with each other. So, like, you still good with this? Yep, still good. Still a good decision? Yep, still here. All right.
I ain't going nowhere.
Well, if you need
might
me, I'll
go
be
somewhere
in my room.
6 feet under somewhere. Do you know out of our little friend group that we used to have?
Yes.
You and Daedra took number 1 slot. We take number 2 for the couple who has been married the longest.
Right.
We are that old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hate being the literal oldest person in the young adult Bible study. And I'm in. Every week I am reminded just how old I am. We were talking about one of the questions. John's leading it right now, and one of the questions he asked was, how does like shame that you experience based on things that you've done change the way you perceive God seeing you? Like, do you think that God is shaking his head ashamed of you? And I remember thinking, not really now, but when I was younger.
Yeah.
So I started that sentence off, a couple decades ago, and before I could even finish that sentence, someone's like, couple decades? You're old. I'm like, oh. Yeah.
Yeah. We are.
1 decade ago, I was 9. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to go take some Metamucil.